All right, Commanders family, welcome to the premiere episode of the Boys in Burgundy. We got your boy T May in the building. Also, we have the one and only OG Zeke. What's going on, Zeke? How you doing, man?
What's going on, T May? How's everything with you?
Good, man.
Good, man. Glad we trying to kick this thing off, man. Let's let this thing roll, man. I'm very excited about this journey.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Listen, man, if you're a Commanders fan and you're tapping in with us for the first time, listen, bang that subscribe button, all right? Hit that like button, ring the notification bell, support this channel, man. We need your support, no doubt about it. OG Zeke, man, we're going to talk about that draft. Man, I don't know. That thing, the way it fell to us in that first round, Sonny Styles, we're getting that guy, man. That was a blessing, man. I didn't see it coming. I thought he'd be gone by the seventh pick overall, but luckily he was still there, man. How you feel about Sonny Styles?
If I, for me, Sonny Styles was my guy. I'm a defensive guy. I'm old school, man. And only other guy that I had above him was Jeremiah Love, and I just didn't think he would fall to Washington. But I just had a good feeling that way the draft was going to maneuver that Sonny Styles would be there, and I just hope they didn't pass on him, and they didn't. So I love it, man. I love it. It was a hole to fill. As much as we might look at what they've done in free agency, I'm sorry, the linebacker crew that is there right now. I don't think they had a true middle linebacker, a guy that can
Yeah.
go get it, a guy that can play from sideline to sideline, cross the line of scrimmage, and all of that. So I love it, man. That one's they hit out the park, man. I don't think it was any other way to go but Sunny Styles for me. So I love it,
Yeah.
man. I give it an A plus plus.
Okay. Yeah. I was happy with that pick, man. I was hoping the same thing like you. I was hoping that when it was their turn to pick and Styles was on the board, I was hoping that they wouldn't bypass him. But at the same time, all the guys they could have, used the bypass Sonny Styles with was gone. Love was gone, Bailey was gone, the cornerback from LSU, Delane was gone. So you
Cardinals.
had Caleb Downs and my man Sonny Styles. And either way, I think we would have been a home run. But at the same time, man, I think that Sonny Styles was to me ranked. I rated him a little bit higher than Caleb Downs.
For the need, I feel like they're pretty solid at running back, but you can always have somebody explosive like Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, you
But
can't pass on a guy like that.
yeah, man, I just feel like you got the quarterback, you got your playmaker at quarterback, you got your franchise guy, and I don't think they had a franchise guy on the defensive side of the ball. And where you put that guy
Yeah,
is at middle linebacker or maybe free safety. And to me, this dude is a cyborg, man. This dude, man. I mean, I'm
yeah,
not even talking about combines. I mean, he put up. He transitioned from free safety. He just progression. His progressions were awesome, man. And where he's at right now, he's still got room to grow. And you talking about this dude 6 foot what, 4'5", 6'5",
six
244.
five. Measure
Man,
yeah, measure 6'5", 244.
man, running with a 4'4", 40. Are
Yeah,
you kidding
yeah.
me? I mean, geez,
Faster 40 than CD Lamb, man.
oh my God. So he gonna be running down CD Lamb like it's a joke. So
Right,
hey,
right,
this
right.
that is a home run, and now you got your quarterback on defense. And I don't remember
Yeah,
like since
yeah.
London Fletcher, Washington has not had a quarterback on defense. So let's
Right.
let this thing play out, man. I love it, man. I'm excited to see this dude when mini camp starts and when training camp starts, man.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah, me
right there
too.
watching, man. I'll be watching.
Yeah,
I might get a jersey. Might get a jersey.
yeah,
I might
yeah.
box
Well,
him
yeah,
up
get
with
that
it.
Hellraiser, man. Get that Hellraiser. And whatever number he gonna wear. I don't know if it's gonna be 0, if he's gonna be able to take that from Mikey, maybe.
Man,
Uh he could go with number 6. He wore number 6 too when he was playing safety. So
yes, yes.
he made the transition back to that number 6, and that I think that would be fire.
It'll be fine, man. I don't even think he gonna be tripping. He give me that type of guy. He just want to get on the field and show out. That's all he want to do. He gonna work.
Yeah.
He gonna he gonna follow. his direction. He gonna build from within and do everything in the work behind the scenes. And I don't even think he even care about a number. So I'll be honest, but I
Yeah, I
know
don't think he cared.
us as fans, we want to see certain numbers on guys.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I like the six, man. That's legit. I love it. I love it, man.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go get
six
it.
with that Hellraiser, man. That would be incredible. Now, I was kind of concerned, for a minute because I was thinking they was going to probably go with Well, listen, I was happy that my man Carnell Tate was gone. All right,
Yes, yes.
I like him, but I didn't want him at 7, and I'm glad he was off the board. Okay, so then I was thinking, well, man, they may go with Jordan Tyson, right? But with his injury history, that was a no for me. That was a no.
Right, right.
So when everybody's sitting around waiting and waiting and waiting, and then when they Sonny Styles, that was it. He was the people's pick. All right, the whole Commanders fan base wanted that guy and Jordan Love. They wanted
Exactly.
one of those two dudes. So we got one of the two, and I think we probably got the better of the two. Uh,
Yeah.
Jordan Love, man. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love.
Right.
Where did he go? He went third to the Cardinals.
Uh, what was the third? He went to
I
the
think.
Cardinals.
Yeah, I think he went
Yeah,
third to the
yeah. He
Cardinals.
went to the Cardinals. I mean,
So he
honestly,
was
I
way off the board by the time we picked.
exactly. But the pick that threw me completely. That I mean, I literally was more excited about that pick happening was Carnell Tate. I did not expect him to go before Washington's pick. And I thought
No,
that was going to
me either.
be
Me either.
Washington's pick because I felt
Yeah,
like seemed like the consensus was starting to come out that Carnell Tate was going to be the guy. And I wasn't feeling it. So when he got drafted, I literally was like, yo, I jumped up, man. I was like,
yeah.
that's it
Thank
worked.
God.
Oh my gosh, it just the football gods are on our side. It worked out perfectly
Yeah,
for him to
yeah,
be drafted before we even had a chance to even think about taking him. So that worked
yeah.
out
I think they was gonna
perfectly.
go that route.
I do too. I really do.
Yeah, I thought they was, man. I think they was gonna go Cardinal Tate. And another guy that went off the board too. I thought they was gonna seriously go with Mansell Delane.
Right.
And I wouldn't have been mad at that pick
I wouldn't
either,
have been mad
to
at
be
that.
honest,
Yeah.
No, because the secondary is trash.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
wouldn't have been mad at it. But Kansas City knew it. And Kansas City was like, okay, we need to move up and get our guy before Washington take him.
I, I
And to
think that was
me,
the
that
key.
helped push my man Sonny Styles down.
Exactly. That was the key. Kansas City thought Washington was going to take Mansour, and they had to do something, and they didn't really give up a lot, man. I think they flipped a third round and just swapped picks, and they
Yeah,
moved up, and
I
that
think
was
so.
hey, that was amazing for them to do that. And again, I
Yeah,
would not have been disappointed if he was there and Washington had taken him because, like you said, I I really feel that their top weaknesses was corner. I don't
yeah,
need corner one or two don't matter. They needed a starting corner and
yeah,
free safety and
yeah.
wide receiver too. But I couldn't see
Right.
driving a wide receiver two that high. To me, if you draft a
No.
wide receiver, that's a one. That high in the draft, that's a
Yeah,
one. You can't
yeah,
draft a guy and say, well, at the best he going to be is a two. That's
yeah,
that's that's draft malpractice, man, bro. That's not with it.
yeah.
That's not with it. I wasn't feeling that at all. So
Well, at that high 7, if you were with Carnell, he would have to be he would have to be your one, man. He would have to be your one, and Terry would
exactly.
have to be your two, or 1A or whatever.
Right.
But you're not gonna draft a guy that high and have him playing second fiddle to Terry, man. He's gonna have to be the go-to guy for Jaden Daniels.
Exactly.
He would have been.
Exactly. And I don't know if he can be that guy. I mean, just being honest and real, I mean, he was number two at Ohio State. He was a number
Yeah,
two.
yeah. I don't see him as that Jamar Chase type, wide out with that pedigree coming from the LSU's and the Ohio States and that kind of stuff. To me, he was a little less than what they usually put out at wide receiver. Those two
Exactly.
schools,
Exactly.
and he was less than. He wasn't that exciting. He
He
was
was less
okay. He
than for me.
was okay. He was okay. But number 7, we need a dog at number 7,
Yeah, we got
and
a dog.
he's not a dog.
We got a dog. We
Not a
got
dog.
we got a
We got
dog.
a dog now.
We got a dog. That's where this team has been lacking over the years is not
Yeah.
having dogs, man. We always want quantity and we don't never have quality. We don't never have guys
Right.
we can look up And when they show us on TV and they put our players on the screen, you know, we never had that guy. We just throwing the guy up there, and it's like okay. But since JD5, now we got that guy. Now on the defense, we got that guy too. So now
We got a guy.
we got
We
two
got a
guys we
guy.
can showcase. So we on prime
Right.
time. You're gonna see
Yeah.
JD5 and you're gonna see
Mhm.
Sonny Styles sitting there like,
My
let's
man,
go.
Sonny Styles.
Let's
That's
go.
right.
Blaze.
All right. So Sonny Styles is in the books. We got that guy, right?
Yeah, we go.
Where do you envision him playing? I mean, of course, middle. Is he going to be the green dot? He's going to be calling the defense. He's going to be lining everybody up. I mean, it's a new defensive scheme with Durante Jones. So anybody can wear the green dot at this point. Should be given to Sonny Styles.
It's well, that would be the goal. Um, I think once they get in, everybody kind of pick it up. It's just how quickly he picks it up. But like you said, it's gonna be a new system for everybody. Leo Chanel.
Right.
Leo he's
New
got
for
the
him.
ability to be green dot as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I prefer your middle to line everybody up, get everybody in their
Right.
depths, look back at the safety, and everybody's cool. Make the calls and let's let it roll. So I'd rather for it to be Sonny. That's usually where you
Too.
want that dot to be. And but
Me too.
he has shown that he can do that.
Yeah, he can
He can
do it.
do it. It's not even a
Yeah, yeah.
question. He can do it.
Right.
So
He can do it.
but I just think just the progress, maybe don't want a rookie to roll with it first, firsthand. Um
Right.
Dan Quinn kind of he kind of with his rookies, and sometimes he kind of play them out a little bit. He makes them earn it,
Yeah.
and he know in
Yeah.
the end he's gonna have it, but he don't tell him it's his. So that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna earn it, and by week 2 of preseason, he'll be making the calls. It'll be him.
Yeah, he should be making the
Yeah,
calls.
he
He
should
should
be.
be the green. He should be the quarterback of the defense. That's your quarterback right there, the defense, Sonny Styles.
Exactly. Exactly.
So the question remains, and we're gonna get a little messy right now. You got some linebackers in camp. You already on the squad. You got some linebackers, man. You got Jordan McGee. You got Frankie Louvu. You got the new guys coming in, Leo Chenal. You got Owe. All right. So who's the odd man out? Rookie coming in, 6'5", 243 pounds. That boy better be on the field, number 7 pick overall. But somebody got to go sit down. Who's
I could
sitting down?
I could joke and say Sonny, but that ain't happening.
That ain't happening.
That ain't happening.
Sonny gonna be on the field.
Look, for me, I want to see growth. And
Yeah.
I hate to say it, man. I know the fans gonna be like, "Yo, you are crazy, OG," but I'm gonna go with Frankie Louvu, man. I want to see Jordan McGee on the
Ooh,
field. I want to see Jordan McGee on the field. I think he can
man.
do it.
Frankie's a fan favorite, man.
That's what I'm saying, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of little flack over it, but it's okay, man.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
opinions. That's all it's about, and we just having fun with it. But for me, I I want to see Jordan McGee, man. I can see him on that weak
I want to
side.
see him on the field too, man.
Right,
He's a
and
dog.
Leo, he'll be your strong backer. If
Hey,
this is a
yeah.
base 4-3, and then of course
Right.
Sonny in the middle. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna go to 4 linebackers, then you can put all 4 of them on the field. If you're going to 3-4, and you'll probably put
Yeah,
um
but you still gonna have somebody out
you got
because you got Owe. You got
oh
Owe
right,
unless
he gonna be stand up on the outside, right?
right, right.
So and what's up, Kason? He could probably be a stand up too. You
Come
know,
on, man. So somebody's gonna get the short end of the stick.
so then
Somebody's gonna
inside
get it.
you're gonna have Leo and
Yeah.
Sonny
And Sonny.
inside. So,
Right.
dude, it just keeps for me, it just keep rolling back, man. Frankie Louvu, man, might be the guy out. But I'm gonna be honest, you don't just because he may not be in that rotation as a start, you don't worry about, well, what are you gonna do? You're gonna cut him? No, because you got
Yeah,
injuries,
yeah.
you
No,
got
you're
the
not gonna cut him.
attrition of the
Not gonna cut him.
NFL, dude's gonna get banged up, and you want to have that
Yeah.
available. Plus rotation, fresh
Yeah.
guys. Dude, we got literally now 4 legitimate, 5, maybe 6 legitimate linebackers that you can continue to keep guys fresh, and they,
Right.
battling that offense that's going to be strictly 5 offensive linemen. They're not rotating linemen. They just rotating skill positions. So we always going to have guys out there, that we can get fresh legs and continue to keep pressure on the other team's quarterback. So and stopping the run. So you know, I don't really look at it as being totally an odd man out, but
Yeah. Yeah.
to kick things off right now for me, Frankie Louvo got to be the guy. That's got to be. You know.
Yeah, honestly, I was thinking on probably day two or day three of the draft, you might have seen Frankie Louisville get moved, trade or something like that
Right.
for a late round draft pick. Because the bottom line is, McGee is their guy too. They drafted that guy, right? So
Yes. Yes.
he showed he showed a lot of potential, man. That guy's a sideline to sideline linebacker. He's younger than Frankie. He's
Yes.
faster than Frankie.
Faster.
He can make better plays than Frankie. So Frankie would be the guy to sit down. But at the same time, that's me talking, right?
Right. Right.
I'm thinking about how Dan Quinn is going to be looking at it. And,
Right.
and Dan Quinn is probably going to have Louisville on the field. So I'm thinking my man Jordan McGee is going to be the odd man out, at least early on, okay? So maybe by week 6, 7, 8, he's splitting time with Louisville and maybe he'll start taking over for Louisville.
Right. Right. Right.
A slow transition, right? And then next season, Louisville will probably end up getting cut. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. So, but this is what my thing with Louisville and with Jordan McGee. Jordan
Yeah.
can play all three downs. He can drop back and
Yeah.
cover. Frankie not
hmm
was last year. Frankie couldn't handle dropping back in coverage. He's the
He
guy.
struggled in coverage. He struggled.
Right. He's the guy that plays across the line of scrimmage. The first year when we brought Frankie in, and all they was doing was pass rushing him and going across the line of scrimmage, the dude was a beast. He was like
Right.
he's completely fan favorite with that. But last year
Right.
he struggled, man. And I can't always say that I can't put that all on him because the defensive scheme was atrociously bad last year. So I
Oh, it
don't
was
think
terrible.
they, yeah, I don't
Terrible
think they
scheme.
got the best out of the guys last year at all. And they made changes, and I think looking forward that they can. But that's my only thing with Frankie. Frankie did show that he does not have the ability to be a decent pass coverage when Jordan McGee can cover. Sonny has shown in
Yeah.
college he can cover.
Oh, yeah.
Leo
Sonny can
Leo
cover.
can cover. Leo can
Leo can
cover.
cover.
He can cover.
Leo
He's
can
all
cover.
he's all three down linebacker too. So
Right.
again, for me, but I ain't the head coach. And hey, my man Dan Quinn, he's the guy. I'm with him all the way, whatever he decides to do. So hey, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
mad.
no doubt about it.
I'm not mad.
No doubt about it.
But hey,
So
I love the
it looks like,
choices. They got choices.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
that. They got
Yeah.
choices.
Yeah. No doubt about it. So it looks like all things pointing to the Commanders basically installing a 3-4 style defense. With our personnel and with Louvu and all these guys, man, would a 3-4 be better than a 4-3 at this point with our personnel, or should we just go ahead and roll out that 3-4?
I think they should roll out 3-4. I think so far have they been building right now? I think they've been building in direction of 3-4.
That's what I'm thinking
I
too.
mean, we've been just right now. We just been talking about Sonny, but they even drafted another linebacker outside that's actually built for maybe a 3-4 style.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, he
Keyshawn
is.
from New England, and then
Mm-hmm.
Otway. Those are stand
Yeah,
up outside three
those are
four
stand-up guys.
linebackers
Yeah,
that's going to be
yeah,
rushing, and so I think they're gearing toward that. And Durante Jones, don't get me wrong, but coming from the system, I thought there was 3-4, if
yeah.
I'm
They
not
were.
mistaken.
They were
So
Minnesota. Yeah, they
right,
were.
so I'm thinking they lining up in 3-4 at the worst case. And some people like to flip it and say a 4-3 hybrid. It's still a stand up outside linebacker in that lineup. So
To
it's
me, it's the
just
same thing.
it's the
Yeah,
same thing. It's
you
just
may have different
terminology.
responsibilities, and
Exactly.
yeah, it's terminology. You may have different responsibilities as far as a 3-4 to 4-3, but at the same time, your assignment is going to pretty much stay the same. For
Exactly.
especially like a guy like Oway and Chase, your job is to go get the quarterback. That's it. All right, Sonny and Louisville, or Sonny and McGee in the middle. Your job is, to stop the run,
Stop that run.
basically.
Stop that
So,
run.
however they run it, it's going to be pretty much the same assignments for these guys. So I'm not too worried about that. Um, but at the same time, like we said, man, somebody got to sit down, and I can't wait to see who it's going to be in preseason and training camp. We're going to see soon. We're going to see early on who's sitting over on the sideline, eating sunflower seeds. We're going to see that early. All right. I can't wait to
M&M's,
see who it's gonna be.
M&M's, what is Skittles, like your boy, who's your boy, Marshawn Lynch with the Skittles or something. They just gonna be on there
Yeah,
chilling. So,
somebody gonna be sitting
but
down.
but just a question to you: just
Yeah,
when have they been in that position to have to make that kind of decision? When was the last time? I mean,
yeah,
let's
it's
be
been a
real.
while. Yeah, you got a good point. It's been a while
I
since
love
they
the
even
fact that
can.
they got
Yeah,
to make the decision like that. That is pretty awesome,
right,
man. They in
right.
a good
Hey, I
space.
mean, it is what it is, man. You put the best dudes on the field. The guys that's showing off, those guys that's showing out early. That's who's on the field. If
Exactly.
Sonny's struggling, it is what it is, man. You got to put the best linebackers on the field, man. Period.
That's it. That's it.
Period.
That's it. We trying to win football games, man. We ain't trying to. It's no
That's what it's all
pageant show
about.
here, man. We trying to win games.
That's what it's all about. Winning
Put
some
them
football
put your
game.
dogs on the field, man. Let's see what we got. Let them make
All
mistakes,
right.
man. Let's go.
That's
Let's
right.
go. Raise
All right,
hell.
let's switch gears, man. Let's switch gears. And what we're going to do is talk about that third round. All right. We didn't have a second. So we're going to jump to that third round and we grabbed the wide receiver. It wasn't one of my targets, but who am I? I'm just a YouTube dude. I don't know anything about football. We got guys like Adam Peters and guys like that knows the game of football, right? And these guys went with my man Antonio Williams. And some people are saying this guy could be the next Amon Ra St. Brown. What's your thoughts on that?
I heard that comp, and I did take some time to go back and look at some of his videos. I'm like I said,
Yeah, me too.
I'm as casual can be.
Yeah,
I don't have the all 22 and all that stuff. So I went back and looked at a few, videos on him.
right.
And one thing that did stand out to me as I kind of replay things is his route running, his ability to juke and shake guys off, and just his
Yeah,
deception on
yeah.
he can turn he made a play that he caught the ball, but he positioned himself before he caught the ball, that when he caught the ball, he was already ready to juke and turn, and he
Mm-hmm.
made the two defenders hit each other, and he was gone for a touchdown. I was like, how do
Right,
you do
right,
that?
right,
So
right.
that comp, man, that might be a high comp for him, but it's
Hey,
just the
never
little
know.
bit I saw, it's a possibility. And hey, like you said, they know what they doing. You know,
Yeah,
they've
they
been
know.
looking at this
They
dude for
know.
a while. So this scout's been on top
Right.
of this dude for a minute, and they didn't hesitate. You know, I was expecting something different. I really was. But just looking at what they decided to do now, after I was able to have some time and kind of let it digest and go through, I like the pick, man. I really like it now. I caught a
I like
comp
it
to
too. I like.
Jacoby Myers.
Okay.
I caught that comp as well. So hey, if his floor is Jacoby Myers, that's not bad.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
and
not bad.
it, and is it ceiling? Is I'm wrong? Oh,
Yeah,
no. No,
yeah,
we still did okay. We did real good. We did real
man.
good.
I like the pick. I like the pick. I basically for that third round, we had to go wide receiver. Period. We had no choice, right? And I thought there was some guys on the board. Like I say, I thought would have been if I was making a pick, I would have probably went in a different direction. But at the same time, these guys got the scouting team. They got all the resources that the average Joe don't have, and they see something in this guy, and they knew we needed a wideout. Okay, so at least I'm happy with that we did get one. We put one in the building, and this guy could be a hell of a wideout, a hell of a compliment to Terry McLaurin. Period. The question is, and Adam Peters kind of answered this question already.
Right.
What are you playing? And Adam Peters is saying, well, we can line him up on the outside, and he's very good in the inside. He can play both, which is a win-win for us. What do you envision this guy playing?
Um, from what I'm seeing and then so, going back and reviewing, I'm actually seeing him as a slot. I
Yeah,
see him as
yeah,
a guy that just put him in this slot position and let him if he know where he got to go, and he hit because his route running. You're talking about a third corner possibly covering him. That's
right.
that's going to be wicked to
That's
put him
hard to
in there.
do.
So I got two spots for him, which is, and then this
Yeah.
is the main thing, and why to me I'm going with them on what they decided to do with this pick
Sure.
system. We don't know what they're
Right.
trying
Right.
to do.
Yeah,
David
we don't
Blau,
know.
the new offensive coordinator, his tree is kind of built from Detroit
Right.
and Ben
Right.
Johnson.
Right. Right.
So if you're saying that his tree he's built from more Ben Johnson type scheme, and
Hmm.
he's so far some of the players they pick kind of emulate that right now,
Right.
then if the comp is Amara, then Amara lines up everywhere, and he gets a
Yeah.
lot of his
Yeah. Yeah.
touches
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
in the slot. He kills them in there,
Right.
and he can line up
Right.
all three wide receiver positions. And but for me, I'm looking at him as slot, and I'm thinking
Hmm.
maybe a hybrid Z where he's in
Okay.
motion and he gets out on in motion, and then hut, boom, he cut up field, and then now he got the
Right.
momentum, his speed to
Hmm.
just work and
Hmm.
get open, and maybe even put some deep balls downfield. So, but
Right.
mainly slot.
Right.
That's why I'm looking at him. That's why I feel like he
Yeah, I
fits.
see it that way too. I can see him on the outside too. At the, looking at his tape, looking at his film, man, I can see him playing on the outside, opposite, Terry, and maybe putting somebody else in the slot. I can see him in the slot as well. I can see him doing both. I can see him doing that Amon Ross St. Brown role where he's lining up all over the place, man. It's hard to guard a guy like Amon Ross. If they treat this guy like that, it's gonna be hard to guard this guy. He's tough, man, and he played against some good competition at Clemson, man. So that's why they know what they got in this guy, right? They already know. And this guy played against some heavy competition, and he was open.
Right,
Okay,
right.
so I'm thinking it's gonna be the same way, for him in the NFL. I think this guy's gonna be able to get open in David Blau's system, and with Jaden Daniels throwing him the balls, man. I mean, come on, he's gonna make a star of this boy.
At Clemson, from what I saw, he was creating separation. He was making it easy for a lot of the throws that the quarterback was throwing to him. And
Right.
and JD5, Jaden is accurate. He can put the ball right there where he needs to be. So if you're getting a guy that's going to actually create more separation for him to throw the ball to him, it's
Yeah.
his life going to be easy, man. And especially one
Right.
thing too we haven't even talked about is the fact that the system might show that Jay might be on the center more. So he gonna need a
Yeah, I think
guy
he
that
is. I
he
think he
gonna
is.
need by the time Jay can get up and look and start getting his reads and progressions on, he needs somebody that's gonna be open right away.
Right.
And
Yeah, I think that's why they got rid of Cliff Kingsbury
yeah,
because he wouldn't agree to put JD under center more. He was always shotgun, 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 and teams caught onto that
that was
very
nasty.
quickly. Zero play action,
Zero.
right?
That was nasty.
Zero play action. So he didn't want to change. Cliff didn't want to change, so they went in a different direction. I understand. I was mad at the move at first, but I understood it once the details came out of why they did it, why they got let Cliff go because you gotta do different things with Jaden Day. He's just not a shotgun type of quarterback. You can have him under the center, shotgun, whatever. He can do it all.
Right.
And you was to me, you missed the opportunity not exploiting that, not showing off his versatility, man.
Yeah, I think they hurt themselves more just by that, and that brought the injuries as well too on how they was using Jaden too. And Jaden,
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
slighter build guy, so you don't want him taking those hits like that. But
No,
Jaden is
man.
a competitor. He wants to
Right.
get out there. He gonna make moves. He gonna take the ball across the line of scrimmage. There was a couple of times where I'm like, Jaden, get rid of the ball. He kept it.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
so I said
yeah,
maybe we need a coach that's gonna put him in a position where he doesn't have to keep it and even think to keep it, all the time. So
yeah. I hated those plays,
yeah, I
those
hate it.
those quarterback keepers. I hated that.
When the rumors
I
start
hated those
flying,
quarterback keepers, man.
I hate him. I hate him. When them rumors started flying about Cliff Kingsbury, I was like, he gotta go. I was like,
Yeah,
yes, you know, we so as Washington Commander fans, Washington football team, Washington Redskin fans, we are been so conditioned to not wanting to accept change. We think we got something
right.
good for a moment, and we want to keep riding some things, and then we don't dig in sometimes and look at it. And I just saw too many flaws in with using Jaden in that way. So for me, it was easy. to get rid of Cliff Kingsbury. So even at the end of the season, when they decided, well, we're going to meet with Cliff, they tried to make everything, show it nice and, well, Cliff left, he wouldn't agree. They wanted Cliff gone. It was Adam.
Yeah, yeah,
It
it
was
went.
all the way up to Adam Peters. He was already like ready to move on. So
Right,
I'm good with that, man. And I just like the fact that now they got an opportunity to put Jaden on the center and make plays, man, and just stand
right.
up,
Yeah, 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 for sure.
boom, hit that ball, hit that ball out, not holding it. If he want to dive off the ends or whatever at some plays, that's good. But I don't want that all
Yeah.
the time. I don't want every
Nah,
play
nah,
him
nah.
standing there with no play action fake, no real running game. Only you hope you can break a long one with Bill every now and then. Some
Right.
consistency at that position, just being able to play action fake, man, that's gonna look awesome. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's switch gears again, man. Let's jump ahead.
Okay.
You got to jump up to the fifth round.
Fifth round. Yeah, we didn't have a fourth round pick. That was for
We didn't
that
have
was
that
part of
fourth,
Laramie Tunsil,
right?
I think it was. So
I think that was part of Larry Tunsil's deal, which was a good deal. That was
it
a
was an
great. That
amazing
was a
deal.
great trade.
You get a
Yeah,
franchise left tackle. I'll do that
yeah.
any day.
Larry Tunsil's a dog, man. He played. He's a top five left tackle in my book, if you ask me.
Top five for
He
sure.
played. Yeah, he played great.
For sure. I agree.
Okay, so we went with in the fifth round. We went with the edge rusher. I guess the outside linebacker Joshua
Joshua.
Joseph, man, from Tennessee. 6'3", 242 pounds. All right. Now, I like the pick. You can never have too many edge rushers. You can never have too many dogs going after the quarterback. You cannot. I was kind of hoping for a corner in this round. When I looked on the board, though, the cornerback, outside of two dudes, and one was injured, the cornerback class is super weak. It's super weak this season. So they went with the best guy on their board, and this edge rusher, hey, I can see this guy balling out for the Burgundy and Gold, man. I really can. What do you think about this guy, Joshua, man?
Hey, I looked at his he got explosive traits, one thing. They say
Yeah.
he's still developing as far as a pass rusher. But with his length and quickness, because I'm not sure what his 40 time was, but he ran pretty fast 40 for his size. Um, he's definitely I look at him beyond being a project. I look at him as a rotational pass rusher, and
Okay. So
like
he gonna get some time.
exactly, he's gonna get time, and he's gonna earn it, and he's gonna get it. Tennessee, come on, man. SEC football is probably well Big Ten now. They don't won a couple of championships, but back to back. But SEC football is probably the best. And he play competition week after week. He see a lot of guys that are getting drafted probably in the top, 3 or 4 rounds in the draft, and he plays against these guys regularly, week after week. And he showed that he can do it. Like I said, he just got to develop some of that pass rushing skills, but that's what getting into the NFL gonna do. That's what this get into the NFL gonna do. They're gonna get him to be where he need to be. So I'm with you with the
Right.
corner. I was kind of hoping it would be a corner, but actually at that moment I was looking at the board myself and I was like, ew,
Yeah, it wasn't a lot out there.
yeah,
It wasn't a
yeah.
lot.
So they made it an edge rusher. You said it first, man. You can't never have enough edge
You
rushers.
can't.
So
You
let
can't.
him let him I love it. I love it. I mean, I think so far with the now even I didn't have to analyze that pick. I was just happy because it was edge rushing, and I look back and he got
Yeah.
he got good traits, man. He got long limbs. He
Yeah.
he, he fast. He can come off the edge. He can bend, and he shows ability to be able to be a situational pass rusher and help right now. Which is that's development of situational guy. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. So
His 40 time, he ran a 4.7.
okay,
But as far as the edge rusher, who cares?
right,
All right. None of that matters. The 40 time it does nothing for you when you're going after a quarterback. He's not chasing guys down the field. If the guy gets past the line of scrimmage, that's not his job anymore. Right. So I don't care about his 40 time. His pass rush ability, this guy gets a 100% score. Okay.
okay. See,
His run defense, 93%. Okay. Against the run. Now his tackling is a 62%. But at the same time, this guy's job is not his job is to go get quarterbacks, to go eat quarterbacks for breakfast. That's his job. That's his one responsibility. Okay, and he has the traits to do that. So I'm not mad at this pick at all. I think this was a good pick.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I think, you know, I'm not a guy to draft in need. I'll be honest. I hate coming out of the
Right.
draft when we didn't get a corner. I do hate that part, but also
Mm-hmm.
where they were drafting for the limited amount of picks, they had to find quality players with what they had. They couldn't just say, "Well, we're
Right.
gonna spend a guy here, spend a guy there, whatever, whatever." They had to find quality guys, especially up to this point in the fifth round, and they did that. I feel like they did that. It's
Yeah.
never we can
Yeah.
never not have enough pass rushers. We've gone in seasons when we only got one dude, maybe two. Damn.
Yeah. Last season we waited till you know what was training camp and went out and got what old ass Von Miller. So
Oh my god.
I'm happy we got some guys, man. This season we should be able to get after the quarterback.
Oh
We should not have any trouble getting after the quarterback at all.
Vaughn
Zero.
planning on looking for a job with HGTV or something, home design or
Yeah.
something about that time. It's
No,
time
he
to
ain't coming
migrate,
back.
bro.
Yeah, he ain't coming back. I think he still want to play. I think B Wag want to play too. He's trying to chase some records.
Hey, this
Von Miller trying to do the same thing, but I don't know if those dudes gonna get jobs. They might get jobs later in training camp when guys starting to get hurt, that kind of stuff. But
yeah, yeah. And I'm
it's gonna
okay
be a
with
minute
that.
before you see those guys getting signed. Yeah, me too.
I'm okay with that. I'm not. I ain't trying to cut nobody's career in half or whatever. They want to keep pushing and keep going, man. Keep doing your thing,
Yeah.
But I just feel like production. I'm not. This is a team where we're building. As much as we was in the NFC Championship game 2 years ago, but I still felt like we was a team that's still building. We still had holes. We still had pieces, and I don't want to keep building around older players. You
Oh
can't
no, that's
progress.
over. That's over.
You can't be a better team for the future if you don't if you're gonna keep building around older players. So far as Bobby Wag, Zach Ertz,
Nah,
guys like
nah, nah,
that,
nah, nah. We
man.
can't. We can't do that.
Von
We can't
Miller,
do that.
man, thank you for your service, man. We appreciate you. And
Yeah, we
I'm
can't
in
do
your
that.
corner, man. Whatever you decide to do, I'm just not looking for it in the burgundy and gold, baby. I'm just not looking for it in the burgundy and gold. Yeah,
Yeah, all respect to all those dudes, man. But at the same time, big up to them dudes. But them dudes are old, man. It's time to move on from that. That experiment, it worked year one, year two, it failed miserably. We don't want them dudes back, man. It's time to move on from those guys, man. No question about it.
yes,
All right, let's
yes.
skip ahead to round six. We had two picks in round six.
There you go.
With the first pick, 187 overall, we went with my man, Katron Allen, a running back from Penn State. What you think about that guy? I thought he was good running backs. I guess they see it a little differently. You got my man Bill. Bill is in the building. We got we bring in Rashad White.
Rashad
We got
White,
the third down guy, Jerome Ford.
Ford.
We got McNichols back,
Right, right.
right? So another running back. Was this best available, or I mean, what are they thinking here, man? Because I see some other guys on this board that could have helped us a little bit more than another running back.
Yeah,
What's your
that's
thoughts
true.
on that?
That's true. But for me, 6 and 7 rounds, I feel like at that
Yeah.
point, I'm not really thinking I'm gonna find guys that are actually gonna help the team at that point.
Okay.
I think they're gonna be more guys of development and
Project guys.
project guys, but one or two positions that you can find in late in the draft in 6 and 7 round is running back.
Well,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
think I
You can
think he
ask
can.
Bill about that.
Right. See, he was 7th round. And they had an eye on him, and
Hmm.
they weren't even looking to draft him no earlier than 7th round. If he was going to be gone by the time they picked the 7th round, they'd have been like, okay. So and they got him. So right here with Allen, he's bigger. I think coming
Yeah.
in, well, I'm not sure what was him and Rashad White, but
Let me see.
he he might be a little bigger. If not, he right in the line with Rashad White. So he's definitely one of the bigger backs they're gonna have. What do they got for goal line? What do they got for short yardage? Because Rashad White wasn't a goal
Yeah.
line short yardage
No,
dude.
no, he's not. He's not.
He wasn't that at all. Um, Bill. Remember, they didn't give Bill the options because they gave it to Nichols or Chris Rodriguez, who's not with us. So we
Right.
don't have a
Okay,
straight
so this
running.
guy's yeah, he's coming in at 5'11", 216, ran a 40 in 4.5 seconds. His player rating is 82.8, which is pretty good. Can the guy catch?
I think he's a pass catcher.
Pass blocking, 64, run blocking. Let me see his hands, 53. So
Yeah.
he's basically he's coming in to be a running back. All that pass catching out the backfield. I don't see
Hmm.
that role for him. Um, White. Let me see. My man White, what's his size, man? Let me check him out.
White is your third down back for sure. I mean, he might be the starter, and he'll be
Yeah.
rotations and depends on downs and stuff like that, and throughout the game. But White is your third down back. He's gonna be on the field a
Now
lot.
I see Jerome Ford being that third down guy.
Think he can be there too.
I
Now,
think he gonna be that because
what's his injury
because
status?
he can he can catch.
Right.
My man can catch out the backfield.
Yeah. He what did he have? Like a rib injury or something? It wasn't leg
I
injury.
think he had like a rib injury or something.
Yeah.
But if you go back and look at his film, I'm sure you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
That dude can catch out the backfield. I see him, playing that Austin Eckler role. He can still be a running back too at first and second downs.
Right.
But
Right.
I see him, being a third down guy. My man Rashad White, 6 foot, 214, about the same as
About the
the
same
guy they
height.
just drafted.
Right.
So yeah,
But who do you see as a third down back right now? With everybody
I
before
think it's
him?
gonna be Jerome Ford.
Okay. So if they comfortable with Ford, I just think they're giving them more options with Allen.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
at that point in time too, you're drafting special teams needs too. So,
Right. Right.
guys will
Right.
come in and be, run downfield and, make plays on that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
did look him up. I did find a
Yeah.
comp for him. You remember AJ
Okay.
Dillon? It was with Green
Yeah, I
Bay.
remember him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah.
used to come in behind Aaron Jones before they let Aaron Jones go to Minnesota. And
Mm-hmm.
he was like that. He was like that for a minute. It was for a minute of time. They thought he was going to take over and be the lead back, and then he got injured.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's the comp I found on him. So, again, this is a position too. It's going to be look like that's going to be a main threat. That's why
Yeah.
they were in Detroit. What was the little term they had with them with the Knuckles and Sonic and Knuckles?
Right,
With
right, right,
With
right, right.
Yves and Montgomery, and
Yeah.
I think they trying to gear themselves in having that. And
I can see it. I can see
Allen
it.
can be that. He can be that Knuckles for you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, that's
I
what
can see
AJ
it.
Dillon was. He was a Knuckles type of guy. So straight ahead,
Yeah, I did look up
not
I
no
did look up his
cuts.
film.
Yeah.
Right. I looked up his film and he's like he's a between the tackles, a straight ahead running back, man. He's not all that juking and all that stuff.
Mm-mm.
He's going straight ahead, give him the ball. He's gonna get you positive yardage every time you touch the ball. So which is a plus. Change of pace type of running back. I see, Bill is that scat guy who
Mm-hmm.
can do it all. He can take them hits too.
Mm-hmm.
Rashad White, the same thing, but this guy's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
So I do see him being, he's his size don't indicate it, but I see him being more of that bruising style running back.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I see for this guy.
They got
And it's the NFL, man. You need a lot of running backs. If you're gonna run that ball, you need some guys that can tote that rock.
yeah, you need at least two, three, maybe four.
Right. At least.
At least your fourth one, third and fourth guy play special teams to help out with roster numbers and stuff. But
Right.
they need a physical. I mean, I looked at some traits for him. Down here, like you said, physical runner, reliable between
Yeah.
the tackles, and
Mm-hmm.
short yardage. And yeah, when they got leads, that's when he's gonna be effective. Like I said, him and Jerome
Right.
Ford gonna be the dudes that's gonna come in, bang it out late third
Right.
quarter, early fourth if they got a lead and a comfortable, lead, and then Bill come in, boom, break it, gone, touchdown, game over. So,
Game over. Let's go.
it's over. Just tuck it away. Let's start looking at next week. Start pulling off jerseys and, shoulder pads and get ready for jersey swaps in the middle of the field or whatever y'all do.
Right. Right.
So but I'm good with it. I so far I'm good with every pick up to this point. Every pick up to this
All
point.
right. So let's jump ahead to that next pick, man.
Okay.
we still in the 6th round. We had a second pick in the 6th round. It looks like we decided to go center, which I think was a hell of a need. I'm not comfortable with Allegretti, man. He's okay, but I think it was a weird move, a weird decision to let Tyler Biotis go and let Allegretti. Yeah, and he
They
went to
got
what, San Diego.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm not saying the Chargers,
Chargers, yeah,
The LA Chargers,
LA
man.
Chargers.
So that was a weird move to me, but at the same time, maybe it was something going on with this guy that we don't know about, and they knew and said, okay, we're gonna move on. Maybe, but he got picked up pretty quickly and out there in LA
Let's go.
pretty quickly. So we got a center, man. This guy's 6'4", 305 pounds, and coming out of Michigan State, man. So you know he's tough. This guy probably eat 2 or 3 pounds of bacon a day. And this is exactly what we need in the building for the Burgundy and Gold, man. This guy can help the line of scrimmage. He can challenge Allegretti for the starting center spot, and he might be Allegretti. We don't know. So to me, this was a good pick, man. I like this pick. What you think about this pick?
Yeah. Um, Actually, his player comp that I found on him was actually Tyler Biotis. So
There you go.
more in the
There you
developmental
go.
version stage, but they need dude Allegretti. I need got words for that. I was not happy with that move.
I was not happy with that
I
move.
was not happy, and I was not feeling you getting away your starting center, who's been pretty effective, and
Yeah, it was
you
pretty
just
good.
say, okay, we're going to go with a guy. I mean, Allegretti said, yeah, my best position is center, but I've never seen you play a dominant center position, whether he was with Kansas City or here with Washington. So I got a question. So for right now,
Yeah,
I, I'm hoping this kid could come in and challenge for that spot. You know, they
I hope
giving
so.
him they giving him good rep. He say he's smart. His assignment sounds and intelligent presence is very smart. He's experienced calling protections.
Okay.
That is key. So
Now
for
this
me,
guy too, his pass blocking grade is a 91. All right, his run blocking grade is 86.
Michigan State.
So yeah, I think this guy can challenge Allegretti, man. I mean, that's not saying a lot, and I'm not, no disrespect to Allegretti, man, but come on, man, he ain't no all-star, all-pro center. All right, he's a backup.
So, look, throw in a few more pork chop for him with that bacon, and
Yeah,
I think he'll be all right. He get in the
I
NFL and get under this training program. What is he listed at?
yeah,
302, 305, something like that?
305,
Okay. 315 to be solid.
305. Okay,
315.
listen, man. Nick Allegretti, 6'4", 310. This
Right.
guy's coming in slightly lighter.
Right.
But like you say, you put him on one of the NFL programs, he'll beef up no problem.
Right.
But I think this guy can challenge Allegretti day one, a training camp, day one of preseason. I think they need this right here should be an all-out war for that center spot.
Yeah. No
Don't give it to
question.
Allegretti.
No
Don't
question.
give it to him.
Well, that's one thing like I said earlier about DQ. DQ gonna make you earn it. So even though right now might be on paper, Allegretti might be starting center, but I don't think it'll end that way, or at least at some point. And like I said too, me and you talked off camera, about a couple of things
Yeah,
before about team building, and
right.
they're not done just because the draft is over. There's still some moves, man. There's gonna be some cuts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
They
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
move first because of salary implications, and teams just want to
Hmm.
they looking at dumping salaries and rebuilding. It could be a center
Right.
that might drop out there, man. It could be a
That's
center
true.
that might
That's
fall
true.
out of the trees, man, down down
Never
in the
know.
lap that can come in and push for that starting position. So
Right.
right now I'm good with the pick. I think it was actually at this point in time when you're in the 6th and 7th round, like I said, you can go need, man, because to me the players don't separate that much from each other,
No, no,
position or
no,
whatever. And you like, man,
no,
this dude is smart, man. This dude, man, hold up, man.
no.
We put about 10 pounds on this kid, man,
Hmm.
and he played at Michigan State, and look at his run.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's bring him in. Let's bring him
Yeah, he could be a dog. I mean,
in.
we'll
Adam,
see shortly.
call him,
Yeah.
Adam. Let's take this
Right.
thing.
Let's just see what he can
Let's see
do.
what he can
Bring
do.
him in, and let's see what we got, man. We need help at center, no question. I'm not, like I said before, no disrespect to Allegretti, man, but No, no, you had to bring in a guy. Honestly, you should have brought in two. You should have bought one free agency and one in a draft. And all three of those dudes battle out, and the best man win. Let the best man win. It was no reason to go in the training camp with just one guy who is average at best. And I'm being polite. The guy's average at best, and he's helping protect the franchise. Jaden Daniels, you got to do better, man. You got to do better.
You just you
All
just
right.
you just scared the heck out of me. Yeah, that this dude right now, Allegretti, is protecting your franchise.
He's
He's the
protecting the
guy that's
franchise.
making all the calls. He's telling everybody that there's a blitzer coming over 55 or 6 or whatever. He's coming.
Right.
And that's on Allegretti. And I'm just a little bit suspect of that. Man, I can't have
They
Jaden
thank
making
God
mistakes.
Dexter Lawrence is gone. Okay. Because he would eat Allegretti for breakfast.
Oh my
All
God.
right. He would take his lunch money every day.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you got Jalen
Thank God he
Carter.
gone.
You got Jalen Carter with Philly. He
Yeah.
doing this
Yeah.
with freaking forklift dudes, man. I'm surprised right now Jalen Carter is not the best defensive tackle in the league. He took a step back last year, but
Yeah.
he one of them dudes, man. He from down in Georgia, went to Georgia, and he was a beast. And they 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 got their hands full, man. So
Yeah.
I I
That's
don't want
whew.
Jaden take a snap and be like tripping over his feet and trying to already get the heck up out of
Yeah.
here already before he can even
That
leave,
could
even
happen.
look. So
That could happen. I don't know, man. We'll see how this thing shake out. I'm just glad we got a guy. Okay, we brought in a guy,
okay, right.
and he's a young guy, of course, but at the same time,
Good
we
potential.
have a guy. Okay,
We got a
I'm
guy.
happy we got a guy.
You remember the old term, man? Back in the day, we used to talk like lawn chair and all that stuff, man.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Man, I'm just hoping that Allegretti is not gonna be that lawn chair. The dude that just there and just get
Just
moved out
fold.
of the way and folding up and
Yeah,
all that.
just get moved out the way, moved
Lucky,
all over the field.
lucky if he close up and trip you up by
Yeah,
accident.
the dude gets stuck in the chair. I mean,
Had too many beers or whatever. So
man, I don't know. I'm worried about that position. I am worried about center.
yeah, that part I am
I'm
too.
worried about it.
That is literally that's the part to be really concerned for sure.
All right. So
Okay.
let's jump ahead, man. Let's jump ahead to the last round, the final round of the 2026 NFL Draft.
Yeah.
Your Washington Commanders select a quarterback.
Quarterback.
Athon, I ain't gonna try to butcher his last name. I'm just gonna call him AK. You got AK in the building, all right? That's,
Kamakamani's, I don't
yeah, I'm not even
know.
gonna try to do that, man.
AK.
AK 6'3", 215 pounds from Rutgers, man. Listen, I like this move. This guy could be in a practice squad. He could be learning the game and hopefully take over one day for my man Marcus Mariota. He is a mobile quarterback. I did watch his tape. He's a mobile guy,
Right,
and he
right, right,
fits
right.
in what they're trying to do offensively.
Right,
So
right,
this
right.
guy would be perfect running the practice squad, and hopefully can back up my man JD in the near future. Then what do you think
Um,
about this pick?
hey, just think about this. When we had to go all the way down and fall back to our third string, you remember our third string from last year, last couple of years, Sam Hartman, whatever.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, he was
so
terrible.
Sam is terrible.
Yeah, that boy is off.
Sam was terrible at Notre Dame. I'm a Notre Dame
Yeah,
fan. I watched Notre Dame ball. Sam was terrible then. And
yeah,
look,
yeah.
so right now, any opportunity to bring somebody in that's going to compete for that backup, which is going to be practice squad when it's said and done, because they don't carry no more than two quarterbacks during the regular season.
Right,
Barring
right,
injury, they don't carry two on active roster. So, and that's basically what's going to have to happen. Just come in
right.
and beat this dude out. I got player comp of Nick Mullins, man. That's what I got. Nick Mullins
Okay,
was a solid
okay.
backup quarterback in the league is he still around? I think he is, but he's been solid.
I think he is.
Yeah, so if that's your player comp, and he's coming in, and then also too, we got to start building because Mariota might not. This might be last year for him. He
Might be
might
the
not
last
be
year with
the number one
Mariota.
threat.
Yeah, he might. He
So
might.
I'm not putting that out there that he is, but I'm just saying it's a possibility after maybe getting through this season. But unless everything
Right.
is rolling, you know,
He may come back. He may come
If he
back.
rolling like
Well,
that,
who
and
knows?
we back in the championship contention again, yeah, I don't see why he would walk away from that. He got a
Right.
chance of trying to
Right.
win a ring, and that's what it's all about. Trying to put on
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Lombardi, hoist that trophy. So,
Right.
I like it. I like it. I look back and like I said, to me, you looking for developmental guys from sixth and seventh round, and maybe guys that might can help you if they if they grab onto your system well. And I'm okay with it,
Right.
man. I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I'm okay with it. It was best to
All
draft
right.
him
So
instead of waiting for him to hit the undrafted free agent market, and then he can go anywhere, and he might not have chose Washington. So now we locked in. We got our guy. Let's move on.
right.
We got him.
Right.
Let's see
Right.
what we got. So,
You see what he can do.
yep, I'm with it. I'm with it.
All right. So what's your final draft before we get out of here, man? What's your final draft grade for the Burgundy Gold? What would you give these guys overall? How you think my man Adam Peters and the crew did this draft, man?
Um, I'm giving it. I don't like doing draft grades, but
Yeah, I know it's too
yeah, it's
early to
so
tell.
early you don't know. And I haven't really had time to look at these guys more detail. But
Right.
for what the brief time I've been able to spend on it and look at it, I'm gonna say B plus. I'm gonna say
Okay.
B plus. I think with
Okay.
Sonny Styles is an A plus all the way up and down the board. With
Yeah,
Sonny
no doubt.
Styles, no question. You know, and then Antonio Williams, because I had a different direction with him. I mean, with that position, but now I get what he's
Yeah.
doing. But
Yeah, I get it. I
I
get it.
get it. So for that, I'm gonna get a B plus on that, and then all the way across, pretty much, B's across the board. So I'll B plus. So keep it simple. B plus right now. That's for my grade. That's my grade. I'm with it. I like
I
the draft.
think
I'm solid. What you think?
for me, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna probably go B minus.
B minus. Okay.
Yeah, the only reason why is because coming into the draft, I think our weakest positions were wide receiver,
Mhm.
center, and secondary,
Mhm.
and we addressed you know two out of the three for me, but we didn't address the secondary at all. And corner is a problem still, and free safety is a problem. Now I know we got Quan, and I guess they're going to lean on Will Harris
Mhm.
more.
Mhm.
I guess I don't know. I guess that's the plan. And they're going to go with Mikey and Trey and Robinson, for your corners. But at the same time, it wasn't the team's fault that they didn't address it. It wasn't a lot there. Like this draft was weak at corner and it was weak at safety.
Yeah.
So outside of the top maybe three dudes at safety, the top three dudes at corner, it was really nothing there. But I just still would like to have seen at least one corner or safety come in
Right.
that could at least compete with Quan at safety and compete, opposite Trey.
Right. Right.
That's all.
Right.
So that's the only reason I can't give him a higher grade in that because they just didn't do anything at it. I mean, nothing, zero.
Right. And
So if a corner would have came in, I would have gave him a B plus, maybe an A minus,
right. Right.
right? Just on the strength of that alone. That's the only problem I had.
I just for me, just because of the lack of draft picks they had, they didn't have the
Yeah,
full nutrition of draft picks, and I
right.
feel like for what was available, I mean, you said it. Those two positions was not dominantly strong. They wasn't strong at corner.
Not this year.
This draft
No,
wasn't strong at
no.
safety, and sorry that is our weakest position. We're not. It's one of the positions we're still hurting at right now.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. I really am. I didn't want to
yeah,
just. I'd rather for them to gap players that can contribute and help than maybe
right,
drafting a corner or safety that, eh, you know, at the best you hope he making special teams. Because I started looking at
right,
some of them
right.
guys, man, that was left on the board, and I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'm not gonna be mad with them, man, if they pass. I really won't be.
Yeah, yeah,
You
for
know.
sure.
So, like I said, that's phase two team building. Um,
Yeah,
you still got cuts, and I didn't really go deep into the undrafted rookie. Who?
Not yet. We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that on the next episode, man.
right. To see what they picked up from there. I know they picked up quite a few guys, and I know they did pick up a corner, and I know they did pick up a safety. So,
Right.
not saying those guys gonna make it, but I'm kind of looking at June 1. What are going to
Yeah.
be the cuts from there that can help? So, but we
Right.
get it. Right now, we just grading the draft, and right now,
Yeah. 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 For sure.
yeah, we get too far ahead. But right now, like I said, I'm good with B plus for me. So, yep, man, I
All
don't
right.
disagree with
That's
the
what's up.
Commanders at all. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I'm with it.
I can see it either way. I mean, I think it was success either way. I think the boys, they did a good job, man. Free agency did a good job. Draft, they did a good job. So it feels good to have a front office that's capable and qualified to make these decisions. And some of the stuff you got to question, right? That's what we do. We question, we critique everything, the front office do, all their moves, whether it's good or bad. But at the same time, nobody's perfect, man. Everybody's gonna make mistakes, and we don't know if these are mistakes. The boys ain't even laced up the cleats yet. All right, this is all they ain't even got on the field yet.
Yeah,
But I like the potential of what they did overall in the draft, and everybody, for me, people question or say, best available player in the draft. That's what you do. Yeah, that's fine. But to me, it's best available at a position of need.
need. Okay,
That's how I look at it. Because if you have your draft board, if you give a guy 89 score, he's a quarterback. Two slots down, you got a corner or safety that's an 88 point whatever. You're not gonna go with the quarterback because he's the highest on your board. You're gonna go with the safety because
right,
he's a player in need,
right, right, right,
best available
right,
player in need.
right,
That's how I look at it, and they're doing a great job of it.
right,
They know the holes, and they are filling the holes. They bringing in guys
right,
that can fill these holes, man, and they getting away from the old guy thing. I think that was a fluke. I think that was a fluke, man. I think what happened was they struck gold with that year one, and they figured let's run it back.
right,
Make to the NFC Championship game. They figure, hey, let's run this thing back
right,
with these old dudes again. Let's see what happens.
right. Hungry
Right?
old dudes is trying to get it over the top, get that ring. You know,
Right.
I get it.
And it backfired.
It did.
Okay.
Shot this
So
thing.
they realized it. They realized it, and they fixed that. All the free agents they bought in was young guys, man, young cats that can still ball there in their prime. So shout out to them guys, man. Shout out to Adam Peters in the front office, man. Salute those guys, man. They did a great job this off season,
Yes,
and I
yes,
can't wait for training camp. I can't wait to OTAs.
yeah,
I can't wait for all that stuff, man. I
yes.
can't wait.
They're going to strap it up. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Raise hell. Let's go.
That's right,
Let's
baby.
go.
Let's get it.
Let's do this. Let's
All
do
right,
this.
Nation, man. Listen, I appreciate y'all for chiming in with us. This is the premiere episode of Boys in Burgundy. We'll be back with you guys at least one day a week, maybe two. We see how this thing roll. But listen, man. I'm happy you guys are with us. And happy we got my man OG Zeke in the building. Your boy T May is here. Zeke, thank you, man. I'll see you next week, baby. Love you, boy.
Man, love you too. My man. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. Love you.
All
Love you.
right, baby. We out.
We out.